There are many ways to immigrate to Canada outside Express Entry system. If you are an immigration aspirant, this video is for you. So stay tuned till the end. Hi, we are an Indian couple determined to move to Canada via Express Entry, which is a mess ever since COVID came. After doing a lot of research to find alternative ways, that is Plan B, we bring them for you on this channel. So if you have a low CRS score or are frustrated just waiting in the pool, the only thing you need to do is subscribe to our channel and come along in this Plan B journey. Without further ado, let's get started. IRCC is not coming up with FSW draws, which is affecting the scores of many applicants due to reduction by 5 points for age, expiration date for IELTS results, which is valid only for 2 years. There is frustration all around. Waiting in the pool endlessly has become the new normal. Express Entry is the primary path, your Plan A, as it is the fastest way to get to Canada. We should also start planning a contingency plan, that is Plan B, in case Plan A does not work out. This will make our mind at ease and also open up many other ways which either we are unaware of or had very little knowledge. Today's video will be the overview of Plan B for those waiting in the Express Entry pool or with low CRS score but want to immigrate to Canada. We will make detailed videos on each path for Plan B. But now let's see the basics you should know while drafting your Plan B, that is PNP, pilot program, study route and learning French language. Let's start with the first path for Plan B. It's through PNP. Canada is divided into 10 provinces and 3 territories. All provinces have their own PNP programs. PNP stands for Provincial Nominee Program. This program is for those who have the skills, education and work experience in a specific NOC required in a province or territory, or want to live in that province and want to become permanent residents of Canada. There are various streams of each province that may target specific groups of people like students, business people, skilled workers and semi-skilled workers, etc. Few key points for PNP in general. First, you must meet the eligibility requirements of the province or territory or for Express Entry. You have to clear a medical test and get a police clearance no matter where you plan to live in Canada. You might need to apply using the paper-based process, which are specific programs under each province, or by the online process through Express Entry depending upon which PNP stream you are choosing. Generally, paper-based application processing times are longer than through Express Entry. Now, there are a few positives and negatives related to this PNP system when compared to Express Entry. Let's see the pros and cons one by one, starting with the advantages first. First advantage of getting nominated for PNP for those with low CRS scores is that you get additional 600 points in your profile. Second, if you get nominated under the job in demand stream, then there will be many opportunities to work as well. Third, the cost of living will be low as compared to the major cities. Fourth, in some PNPs, the IELTS score required is as low as CLB4, which is quite easy to achieve. Fifth, and finally, the biggest leverage is that you get a PR. But it's important to know the negatives also. First, you have to stay for at least 2 years as a moral obligation towards the province which nominated you. Second, as I mentioned before, it's a more time-consuming process as compared to the Express Entry system. Third, there are some PNPs where you need a valid job offer and it's quite tough to get a job in your field sitting in a different country. Fourth, only in-demand NOC are accepted, not all NOC. Fifth, quite costly as the provincial government charges their own fees. And last, there are no fixed draws and cutoffs for PNP. It is quite less transparent system as compared to Express Entry. The hardest part of getting a provincial nomination is acquiring a job sitting in your home country. So here is a list of PNPs driven by a mandatory job offer requirement. First, British Columbia PNP. Second, Quebec Skilled Worker Program. Third, New Brunswick PNP. Fourth, Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Fifth, Northwestern Territories Nominee Program. Sixth, Yukon Nominee Program. And seventh, Rural and Northern Immigration Program. And some do not require job offers like Alberta Immigration Nominee Program, Ontario Immigration Nominee Program, Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program, Manitoba PNP, Nova Scotia Nominee Program, and Prince Edward Island Express Entry nomination. Sometimes the Government of Canada may launch a specific immigration program based upon some common factors known as pilot programs, which brings us to part 2 of this video. Presently, there are 3 active pilot programs. First, Atlantic Immigration Pilot, which is a collective program launched to attract immigrants to Newfoundland and Labrador, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia. Second, Agri-Food Pilot Program targeting the agri-food industries and occupation. Third, Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot launched by small communities from Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. Now coming to the next part of this video and the third Plan B route, that is study in Canada. Study in Canada needs a year of prior planning. Common requirements for all universities and institutions include an updated passport, proficiency in either English or French with minimum grades or bands, and proof that you can finance your study as well as the cost of living in the country. These requirements may vary from province to province, so you must check it before doing anything else. One must choose the institution which are listed under the designated learning institutions. Only DLIs can admit foreign students. Link to the DLI list is in the description below. You should always go for a specific major course related to your field in any of the DLI you have shortlisted. Next is the language test. IELTS is the preferred test for proficiency in English, with some institutions also accepting the Cambridge English Advanced or TOEFL exam score. For French, you can opt for DALF, DELF or TCF, although the TEF exam is the most common option. After giving language test, contact the shortlisted universities, get their application requirements and submit them well in advance. Having the choice of applying to various universities can be advantageous, but you will have to consider the application fees, which varies from $100 to $250. After applying, you will have to wait for the acceptance from the university. After confirming your interest, the university will send an acceptance letter which will be needed later. Once you know that a particular institution is ready to accept you, then comes the time to apply for the Canadian study permit. Your application must be accompanied by the acceptance letter received in the previous step, your passport, and proof that you have adequate finances to study in Canada. After the application has been processed and an interview, if required, has been conducted, the immigration officer will decide upon your study permit application. If accepted, it is now time to start planning your travel to Canada. Your permit will have a start date, that is the date from which the permit comes into force. Remember that you won't be permitted to enter Canada before this date. Plan your travel accordingly. All documents will be verified by the immigration officer at the airport, and once cleared, you will be allowed to enter Canada. Starting with learning the French language. Learning an unfamiliar language is quite tough, and you may need to take help from a coaching center if you want to learn it faster and achieve the desired band in the French language exam. You must be knowing that there is CLB, that is Canadian Language Benchmark, for the English language, and similarly there is NCLC for the French language. These results are valid for 2 years, and one can get up to 50 additional points for strong French language skills. The minimum level for French as the second official language for FSW candidates is NCLC 5. So the basic tests are TCF Canada or TEF Canada, any one test. TCF Canada is a test of general French recognized by IRCC for PR applications. If you wish to apply for immigration to Quebec, you will need to take the TCF for Quebec. The TEF exam is also recognized as official proof of language proficiency by the MICC for PR applications and Quebec applications.
I hope you got some picture about devising your own Plan B. We are going to release detailed videos on each of these paths, and all you need to do is subscribe to our channel and never miss an update on Canadian immigration. Thanks for watching.